So anyways, I'm going to demonstrate a bit of a Daisyseed build that I coded up. One of my favorite fuzz pedals is the Fuzz Factory. And there's a lot of talk around that you can't do a good fuzz inside of a digital environment because there's a bunch of emergent properties, because the digital environment's so deterministic. Maybe the universe is deterministic, who knows? But anyways, that's not the point. The big part of this is the reason why most of those digital fuzzes are so plain is they're just doing very boring clipping and wave folding. So in an attempt to go completely sideways, try to do something totally unique, I built a neuron based clipper and wave folder to do a brain kind of fuzz. So instead of normal clipping, it's running it across action potentials and spikes, and that's what's causing the clipping. So anyways, and then to give the brain thing going on, I have a left and right hemisphere. So instead of having a low and high control, it's this big, massive, filtered distortion. So we have turned down both the low and the high. So that's just the pre-gain on it. But anyways, we can bring the low back up. It's got a lot of neat artifacts. And then there's the high one, which has a lot of sputtering and kind of cool sounds. And then together, full blown. I think it's pretty neat. So there's a pre-gain stage that does the clipping the same way in this kind of neural faction with the spike potentials going on. Not to get too nerdy on it. I'll do another video if someone's really interested in how I got this into code and then conceptually how it did. I think that's too much. We want to do caveman riffs, not science stuff. But anyways, there's the pre-gain all the way up. But when it's down, I think we can get a little less gain. But what can make that kind of sound really unique is, in that same respect, using that same principle, I made a Moog style filter, but the feedback portion of it is using the same principle. So it's got a lot of the neat self oscillation in it. Turn the resonance down so I don't get so much feedback. A little more res, a little more noise. No, that cool sweep from the filter. There is a bit of crosstalk modulation to do, corpus callosum, brain speaking together. The two filters kind of play off each other based on the dynamics of the playing. So I have a switch for that, which kicks on an envelope follower to the filter cutoff. Plus the extra modulation within the filter, so it gives a whole bunch of extra character. So that's pretty fun. Turn that down. Whoa. Get that more normal. But anyways, I see a lot of times in these Doom rigs people have, they put a green ringer or the tentacle in front of everything, kind of like the life pedal. So anyways, in that same neuron kind of thinking, the rectification that gets the octave up, well, it's the difference between the two potentials between the two hemispheres. So anyways, I think it sounds pretty cool. Plus, on this switch, there is the action potential has been raised, so we're getting more gain, technically. And it's tied to how much pre-gain there is. Then with the envelope follower, or the crosstalk modulation. Then, with not going too science-y on it, because we do caveman riffs around here, I have some GABA inhibition to the whole system. Yep. And the last one's an experiment. I can't remember what I was doing. A whole bunch of crosstalk stuff. I can't even hear it when I turn it on. But anyway, I think this is a pretty good digital fuzz in the Daisyseed environment. I think it needs a little more complexity. And then, of course, the volume. Maybe some modulation on one of the switches. Nah, I don't know. Now, one of the things I can't demonstrate, but is it just there? I have a neuron-based noise source that's on an envelope follower, because, you know, fuzz has a ton of noise, but in the digital environment, it's just not existing. Like, it's hard to get the emergent artifact. So to simulate that, there's like the synth style noise source, but it's just, it's in there. So everything maxed out. Anyways, you folks tell me. I could do another video that I could go like overboard in the conceptual nature of this, but I'd rather just show off a cool digital fuzz. So anyways, tell me what you folks think.